So I guess we'll move on to another Johnny Depp, Tim Burton collaboration, their second one, Ed Wood, which I realize is a movie you prefer.
Yep, I absolutely love that movie. It's not very often that they come out with, or there's black and white films that come out. I think that Tim Burton's very good at doing that, like with Frankenweenie. And it was just strange. I mean, I personally love old monster films like Ed Wood did, and just to make a movie about a movie maker was fascinating, and yet it wasn't like that at all. I mean, it was strange with transvestites and vampires. I mean, it was over the top. Johnny Depp made the least convincing woman I've ever seen in my life. And it was just, it's a fun movie, and I like it.
And of course, he wasn't supposed to be a convincing woman, because that was Ed Wood. Like, and I think it's amazing to make a film about a terrible filmmaker that's that good.
Exactly.
If anything, we should be happy that Ed Wood existed so that movie could be made about it.
Exactly. That's basically how I felt, yeah.
And, but yeah, Ed Wood is a fantastic film. It may be, as great as a lot of Tim Burton's films are, it might be kind of his masterpiece. I think it's his most full and complete movie. I mean, I love like things like Sweeney Todd, and I love Beetlejuice, Nightmare. Well, he didn't really direct that one.
That's true, though.
But it was his baby. It was his creation.
He wrote it.
I mean, but I think as a film, in terms of just, I mean that's definitely his Oscar-winning film. Like, I mean, he didn't win. I mean, Martin Landau won for it, but I mean, that was like the Oscar caliber film. That was his one film that kind of reached that level of quality. That
was kind of when he like showed what he had as a filmmaker.
It showed that he had a little bit more substance there, and so yeah. And then I kind of want to talk about one more Johnny Depp film. It's kind of an obscure one, relatively early in his career. It's called Don Juan DeMarco, and I believe it came out in 1993, so it really was pretty early on, kind of around the same time as Benny and June, when he was just kind of doing these quirky, offbeat movies. And it was about this guy who thought he was the great lover, Don Juan, and he gets to go to a therapist because everyone thinks he's insane, and the therapist is played by Marlon Brando, and so they start talking about it, and you get flashbacks to Don Juan being a great lover, and slowly, you know, Marlon Brando doesn't really start believing him, but he just kind of accepts it, and it starts enriching his life with his marriage. His marriage gets better, and so at the end, it's kind of just like, well, he is Don Juan. If he wants to be Don Juan, he is Don Juan, because he's not really hurting anybody. So it's a really great film. Not that many people have seen it. It's worth checking out. So it's kind of the obscure reference of the obscure film of the week. So definitely, if you haven't seen Don Juan DeMarco, check that one out. Other films we reference, you know, Benny and June's also a good one to check out. With Johnny Depp, and that is just essentially reenacting old silent film routines that Charlie Chaplin did, and Buster Keaton and people like that. And so it's really fun just to see him do these old routines, and he's remarkably good at them too.
He is, yeah.
It was definitely.
I love the diner scene.
Diner scene with the bread. But yeah, so I mean, those films really showed very early on that Johnny Depp could do anything.
Remarkable, yeah.
So
it's chameleon.
So yeah.
Pun intended.
Yeah. So yeah. As I mentioned earlier, I do have a clip of talking to some people after the screening of Rango. So check that out now.
It was awesome, and I really thought it was cool. And when the guy said Rango was gonna die, but he really wasn't gonna die.
It was great. It was awesome. Fun movie. The kids loved it. Johnny Depp was awesome, and it was in a great mood for an adult. It was awesome.
So it plays well for both kids and adults.
Absolutely. Recommend it to any of my friends, because they're all a bunch of kids anyway. They love it.
It was really imaginative, and I really thought the characters were all fun. They were really fun. Some of the stuff was hysterical. If you knew Westerns, you could tell the stuff from every Western in the world.
And how did it fare against other animated movies?
it didn't quite come up to some of the others. I mean, Monsters, Inc. is probably one of my all-time favorites still. But it was, it was beautiful.
And as a Johnny Depp movie?
Well, Johnny Depp can do almost anything now.
It was awesome. Well, how did you like it? Awesome.
It's awesome.
What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was when they were riding off into the sunset.
And how's it fare against other animated movies?
I have to say it's in the top category.
And did you like it?
I like it.
You like it? All right. All right, thank you. All right, so this week we're going to try doing a trivia contest. I have some lovely prizes to give away. This beautiful plastic pendant, handcrafted in China.
This could be yours.
This could be yours. This is not a Burger Queen knockoff. This is Burger King.
The original.
The original. Then we also have some Rango playing cards. And you can also have this poster. And all you have to do is answer this trivia question. The first one to answer it correctly will get all of this. It could all be yours.
You could be the ultimate Rango fan.
The ultimate Rango fan. And the question is this: what was Johnny Depp's first movie? You can send your answer to lostinmovies.alec@gmail.com. So that's our episode. Come back in a couple weeks for another episode and get lost in movies with us again.